Hi all, today we are going to discuss lesson 3 atoms and molecules. First of all, we have to discuss about atoms. Indian philosopher Maharishi Kanath said if we go on dividing matter, we will get smaller and smaller particles of matter and ultimately we will get the smallest particle of matter which cannot be divided any further is known as Parmanu. All matter is made up of small particles called atoms. Different kind of atoms and molecules have different property. That is why different kind of matter also show different properties. Actually, we have studied about the structure of atom in 4th lesson. At the same time, ancient Greek philosophers Democritus and Leucippus suggested that if we go on dividing matter, a stage will come when particles obtained cannot be divided further. And these indivisible particles they called as atoms. By the end of 18th century, scientists recognized the difference between elements and compounds. And they interested in finding out how and why elements combine and what happens when they combine. At last, Antony L. Lavoisier laid the foundation of chemical sciences by establishing two important laws of chemical combination. The following two laws of chemical combination were established after much experimentations by Lavoisier and Joseph L. Proust. And the first law is law of conservation of mass and the second law is law of constant proportion. Law of conservation of mass states that matter is neither created nor destroyed in chemical reactions. Actually, this means that during a chemical reaction, the sum of the masses of the reactants and products remain unchanged. For example, we have to take sodium sulfate solution in a conical flask and barium chloride solution in an ignition tube. That ignition tube we have to hang in the flask by a thread and we have to close the flask and find the mass of the flask on a balance. Then tilt the flask. We can see that a chemical reaction takes place and sodium chloride and barium sulfate are formed. After that also we have to find the mass of flask again. And it will be seen that the sum of the masses of the reactants and products remain unchanged. That means mass can neither be created nor destroyed in a chemical reaction. And the second law is law of constant proportions, which is also known as the law of definite proportions. Actually, this law was stated by Proust as in a chemical substance, the elements are always present in definite proportions by mass. For example, in formation of water compound, the ratio of the mass of hydrogen to the mass of oxygen is always 1:8, whatever the source of water. Thus, if 9 gram of water is decomposed, we will get 1 gram of hydrogen and 8 gram of oxygen. Antony Lavoisier established these two laws to know how and why elements combine and what happens when they combine. The next problem faced by scientists was to give appropriate explanations of these laws. So Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for the law of conservation of mass and the law of definite proportions. The theory that all matter is made up of very tiny particles is called atomic theory. This theory was put forward by John Dalton in 1808. He put this theory on the basis of the laws of chemical combination, that are law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportions. Let us discuss postulates of this Dalton's atomic theory. All the matter is made up of very small particles called atoms, and atoms are indivisible. Atoms can neither be created nor be destroyed. Atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. For example, if you are taking the atoms of hydrogen is an element. So if we are taking the atoms of hydrogen, we can see that the atoms are identical in mass and chemical properties. And the fifth one, atoms combine in the ratio of small whole numbers to form compounds. And the last one, the relative number and kind of atoms are constant in a given compound. So let us wind up today's class, and we can discuss more about these atoms in our coming classes. Okay, thank you.